Hey my friends, this is Nestor Nidome from the MakeMoneyFromHome.com, and today I'm going to talk to you about traffic, okay? About generating traffic over to your website, okay? And the reason I wanted to talk about traffic is because that's what a lot of you guys want to know about, right? The meat and potatoes, how you guys call it. And I've been writing a lot about traffic generation, about links and everything, and I've been getting a lot of feedback from you guys that you've been loving it, all right? So I wanted to share this video with you guys and talk more about what creates traffic, okay? And the reason I wanted to do this is because today is a Friday, a nice Friday afternoon. It's about 1:30 right now. We're here in California. I just went to LA. I had some stuff that I had to do over there, and I love it because, you know, being a stay-at-home dad, being that, you know, I don't gotta go nowhere, I can run the freeways when there's not a lot of traffic, right? So when I was now that I'm coming back, I was thinking, you know what, that's cool for me that, you know, I can drive on the freeway with not a lot of traffic. But when it comes to our website, the more traffic, the better, right? If it's jammed up, the better, because that means, you know, people are wanting to go to your website. And what does that mean? Basically, well, it means creating more leads, which hence creates more sales. But the reason I wanted to kind of get a concept going is that I was thinking, you know, traffic, if you really want to start generating tons of traffic to your website, you really start to have to understand what creates traffic and what's underneath the traffic, okay? Because a lot of you guys focus on the strategy, all right? But sometimes that strategy stops working, okay? Sometimes that strategy stops working, and what's gonna happen when it stops working for you, right? You gotta create another strategy. And if you don't know the concept, if you don't know what really makes traffic, that's when you get stuck again, right? That's when you're like, what happened? There was a lot of, you know, people coming to my website, and all of a sudden nobody's coming here, right? Let's say if you're doing SEO, all of a sudden, you know, Google changed everything and the traffic stopped, right? The important thing about learning how to, like, you know, how to build traffic is when you see a strategy, a tip, there's an iceberg, right? And all you see is a little tiny tip of the iceberg coming out, like a little island floating in the middle of the ocean, the cold, freezing temperature ocean, and you think that that's all that there is, right? But what you don't realize is that these little tips that are coming out of the side of the water are there because underneath there's a huge block of ice that is floating on the bottom of the ocean, and all you can see is a tip, right? And most of you guys are focusing on just that. I'm focusing on just the tip of the iceberg, not wanting to understand what's underneath, okay? When you get great marketers, or when I study great marketers, right? Because I love to study great marketers, great business owners, right? I like to study people like, you know, like Robert Kiyosaki and how he was able to create his life, right? I like to study people like Donald Trump, and it just, you know, dazzles me to the point where how can this person like Donald Trump lose everything, right? Go into millions and billions of dollars in debt, and then in just in a few moments get it all back, right? How are they able to do that? And the problem is that we only see the tip of the iceberg, but we don't see the whole iceberg underneath. So what you want to be able to learn is what's going on underneath, all right? So this is what we're going to talk about. This is what I want to share with you. It's about traffic, all right? And what is traffic? Okay, traffic is somebody getting from point A to point B, all right? That's the basic of it, right? And how do you get somebody from where they are right now to where you want them to go, and which is basically to your website or your business or your opportunity, your home meeting, no matter what it is, all right? You're trying to get them there, right? So the concept is getting somebody from here to here. See, now that you know the concept that it's basically getting somebody to go from here to here, you can start to really think of different ways to get them there, right? So if you really just focus on that, on just the bottom concept, I want you to think about it right now, right? Let's think about it right now. Let me go ahead and think about stuff with you, right? Let's say, for instance, I wanted you to go and watch my video. Okay, I want you to watch my video, right? And it's online, right? If we know that the concept of generating traffic is from getting somebody from where they are right now, they could be at their house, at work, at home, they could be driving at the traffic like I am right now. It doesn't matter. It could be at the store. We want to get them to watch my video, right? I want to get them to watch my video, right? Most of the time, if I just concentrate on what other people are teaching me, I'll be like, well, maybe what I want to do is stand in front of the at Walmart and ask people, hey, do you are you interested in whatever I have, right? Let's say, are you interested in making more money? Do you want to watch a video, right? Because that's what my upline or my mentor or whoever taught me that's the way to create, to do something, to be successful, right? But what they're teaching you right there is they taught you just one strategy of how to create traffic. All right, so that's the only thing that they did, is that they taught you one strategy. They didn't really teach you, how or why would that work, right? And even though that would work, you have to kind of sit down and think about it. It's like, do I want to be standing at Walmart or at a store, talking to total strangers who don't even know who I am, saying, hey, you know what, are you interested? Or you look like a smart fella. How would you like to create some extra income in your life, right? And even though those things work, you have to understand, right? So, but now that I know that traffic is from one place to another, now I can start creating different ways, right? Well, that's a good way, but how can I build it around my life? How can I build traffic, generate traffic, drive traffic around my life, right? For instance, for me, for viewers like yourself that want to be at home, want to have a home-based business, that's what I wanted. I don't want to be at Walmart talking to total strangers. I don't want to be outside talking to anybody, getting shut down, right? That's why I got married so young in the first place, because I didn't want to get shut down by all these women, right? I don't want to be out there getting shut down. It hurts my feelings. It hurts my feelings. So, knowing that I get my feelings hurt, knowing that I don't really want to go out there and talk to strangers, I want to be from home. And knowing that the concept is inviting people or getting people from here to here, now I can start thinking about a bunch of different ways to create traffic, right? Now all of a sudden I have the a different type of eye. I'm looking at the world in a different type of way. So I hope you understand this, right? I hope you kind of get this, because another way that I could do it, right, and this would involve me going outside, is passing flyers. Right, passing some flyers, or having a sign in my car, right? We're getting closer, right? Because passing flyers, I don't gotta talk to nobody. I can just pass the flyers, but I'm still outside. If I have a sign in my car or something, right? Which is this is just something that I kind of want to give you a tip of. If you have a sign with your company name and a phone number, I bet you're not getting any calls. All right, I bet you're not getting anybody to call you. And if you are, it might be like one or two people or something, maybe. But I don't think you're getting any calls. I suggest you take that off, because it doesn't work. Because it's kind of like you're having a company name. First of all, people don't know what that is, and people who do already probably are in the company or somewhere else, right? So why are they gonna call you? You gotta put the benefits of the benefits. So okay, you gotta be a little bit smarter. You gotta put why are they gonna call you, right? That's why those people who fix computers, you know, hey, I fix computers, call me. You know exactly what it is, right? It's like, hey, I sell, ways to lose weight or something, right? That's a better tactic, right? So that's just me telling you a little bit about what I think. But so how I would think is like, okay, I need better ways, right? Better ways to create and drive traffic over to my website that involves me not getting my feelings hurt and me not stepping outside of my comfort zone or my house, right? If you want to step out, a lot of people say step out of your comfort zone. That's cool, but I'd rather step out of my comfort zone in other things that are easier to do. So how you would think about it is kind of like, okay, well, how can I do it, right? Well, then that's when I saw it online, right? I started to do, online marketing, online advertising, whatever you want to call it, and then that's a better way, because You can imagine, like, if you go to Facebook, Facebook is pretty cool, right? Because Facebook's like hanging out at the mall where there's a bunch of people, and and you can start inviting people, right? So you can chat, right? You can chat with people. That's a different way. You can post content on groups. You can buy PPC. I mean, you start to get the idea, right? You start to get the idea that there's many ways that you can stop asking people as like the gurus or something. Hey, how do you create traffic? How do you drive traffic? How do you drive traffic? And actually start driving traffic, okay? Because you're wasting a lot of time asking how to do it when inside you should know how to do it. All right, it's simple. You know what I'm talking about? It's basically creating something, and then going out there and looking, let's say, looking for a website that has a lot of traffic to it, and all of a sudden scrolling down all the way down to the page where it says something like, advertising this website. Click on that, and contact the owner of the website and say, how can I advertise on your website, right? And then you put a banner there, and people are gonna start clicking, and they're gonna go over there, right? That's the way you create traffic. That's the way you drive traffic to something. It's just stop focusing on the tip of the iceberg and focus on the bottom, right? And on the bottom means basically learning what the principles are, right? The principle is getting somebody from point A to point B. It doesn't matter how. It doesn't matter how, as long as you do it. So it doesn't matter how you do it. Pass flyers, talk to strangers, go outside, put a thing on your thing, on your car. I mean, it's kind of like, put PPC, vlog every day. It doesn't really matter. Just think about it. Just sit down and write at least 20. Like right now, after this video, I challenge you to sit down and write 20 ways of how to get somebody from where they are at that point to where you want them to be. All right. Imagine, okay, some people are at their phone, right? What are they checking? What websites are they doing? How can I get people from Facebook to my website? How can I get people from Twitter to my website? How can I get people from Instagram to my website? Think about it like that, because it's the same concept as walking in at Walmart and say, how can I get a person from Walmart to my website or to my meeting? How can I get somebody at Stater Brothers to go to my meeting? How can I get somebody parked in a parking lot to my presentation, right? It's getting somebody from point A to point B. Just sit down and think, what would be the best way to invite somebody, to get somebody to that. That's the principle. That's the concept. If you can sit down and really think about that, you will never need anybody to tell you what to do. All right. And of course, read daily, listen to audio daily, and educate your mind, because that's going to open up your mind even more to be able to see other stuff that you might not have seen. Okay. So with that, my friend, that's basically it. All right, that's basically it. It's just sit down and say it. What I would do is sit down and say how do I want to drive traffic? What are the things that I don't want to do, and write them down. Say I don't want to talk to strangers. I don't want to be outside. I don't want, and write them down, and then think about it. How can I do that same stuff that I need to do, but in a way that I like to do it, right? Like for me, for instance, I like making these videos, right? So I'll create this video. I'll put it on YouTube. I'll put a great title, right? So it could attract people. I'll try, I'll rank it so it could start ranking, and people find it when they're searching for something like this. I will also put it in my blog, right? And rank that blog so people can search it also at the same time and they find it, right? See, that's a great thing. The great thing is when people find your stuff because they are looking for it. That's when the traffic converts into sales, right? That's another video, all right? When you find people who are looking for what you have already, it converts into sales faster than trying to convince somebody who was buying socks at Walmart, and all of a sudden you're over here telling them that they look nice and if they want to make extra money, right? So just think about the principles. Always think about the principles. Just sit down and say, how can I do this, right? How can I drive traffic from my, being in my underwear at home and still be able to drive traffic to my website or to my business? Even if you're doing home meetings, right? I mean, you can do it online, right? You can do it online. So I mean, actually, I don't even know why we would be doing home meetings. There's so much easier ways to do the same concept of a home meeting, but do it in a different way. Um, that's another video. But always, 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 there's always a principle to everything. There's always a principle to why things happen. And once you know the principle, once you know the bottom of the iceberg, you can create tons. And when I told you about 20 ideas, you can actually create hundreds of ideas of how to drive traffic. Okay, so I hope that you get this information and you apply it into your life. Right, you apply it into your life, and you really sit down and start to just think of the principles. And if there's other stuff, like, let's say now, you go into the, why are people buying? That's another principle. That's another principle why people buy, and just concentrate on that, and it will work. Okay, principles work no matter where you are. That's why they're principles. They're like rules, right? They will work. These same principles will work in the offline world and in the online world. All right. So as long as you work in principles, you'll start to see success. Okay? All right, my friend. So I gotta go. I just came down here to Staples, buy some ink because my printer is off ink. But with that, my friend, I hope this video gave you a lot of value. If it did, share it and like it. Give me some comments. Put some comments underneath. But I will tell you this. I'm gonna share a link on the bottom of this video, and it's gonna say a simple formula or a simple system. All right, I want you to click on that. I want you to go to the next page, because what's going to happen is I want to share with you a very important video presentation that is going to show you how to simplify your life. Okay, in this one, it doesn't matter what business you're in. This video presentation is to basically grab whatever you are in, wherever place you are right now in life and in your business, and multiply it. Okay, explode your business for 2015. So make sure you click on that link and watch that video presentation. Okay, my friend, this is Nestor Nidome from the MakeMoneyFromHomeDad.com, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye bye for now.